I am live. Literally for a few minutes, my battery's almost dead on my iPad. I'm sitting here working at the a computer, and I see this little hummingbird all morning flying back and forth on the hook. I know it's dark, and I can't really get a good picture of it, but I do have my camera set up. And I told Gary, I think she's building a nest. And Gary said, should I set the camera up? I said, oh, it's going to take her a couple days. No big deal. You know, she's almost done. I really wish I could get in there quicker. Jaggers, Ms. Jaggers, hi. I know this is like a spur of the moment thing. Look, gosh, I wish you could see more. But she's up there, and yeah, I can't get it. It's too dark. I am doing a video of it. She has been collecting spider webs all morning. And I've been, well, I shouldn't say all morning, just for the past couple. Alicia, hi. Yeah, she's been collecting spider webs on the bushes over there. And I do have video of that. And then she's been collecting whatever she can. I know it's shaking because I'm kind of a little bit zoomed in. But that's a hummingbird hook, and I haven't had a feeder on that one for a little while. And she found it this morning, not even this morning, a few hours ago. And if I step outside, I'll drop my tablet. Oops, sorry about that. I put my, let's see if you can see any better. No, it's dark. It's too dark. She's building on the top of the hummingbird head. It's so funny. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think you can see it, but I am doing a video now. I could have started, let me sit down. I'm trying to sit down and sit still. I am trying to do a video. There she is, she's back. She's been doing this all day, back and forth and back and forth. See, she's sitting on the head of the hummingbird. You know, let me see if I can get a shot. No, she's left again from my camera, because I've got my camera set up here. And I'm trying to video. I could have videotaped this thing from the very, very beginning. And stupid me thought she was going to take 2 days to build it. I didn't think it was going to take her just a few hours. I'm going to say hello to everybody because it's hard to try to read everything coming in. Look at this. See what she's doing? She's collecting spider webs. And she is building that thing. Let me see. This is off my camera right now. She's built on top. And that's where she's doing it. She's doing it right out there. Right, literally, what is it? Maybe 10. See what she's got in her mouth? I wish I could lighten this, but I can't. Let me see if I can go back to my camera. My camera might show it better. She's got a lot of stuff hanging off the bottom, but she's been pulling it up. She doesn't even see what she's doing. She's fixing it up. Is that the cutest thing? So she's going to raise babies there. But yeah, I told Gary not to set the camera up. It wasn't important. I ended up setting up mine. Could have had, because I thought it was going to take her days. Birds are amazing. I just wish it was a little lighter there. There she is. She's back. This is like constant. She must have a stash somewhere. No, she must know where she's getting it from. I'm going to go back to my camera because my camera has got a better picture on it. See, there she is. She needs her own feeder. You know, I was thinking of putting a feeder on that, but because there wasn't one when she started building, it may end up causing more of a problem because all the other hummingbirds would come and then she'd be fending them off constantly. So I think I'm going to leave her alone, but I will give her a feeder maybe a few feet away from the nest. And now she's gone again. And she's been collecting, like I said, all kinds of stuff off the bushes over there. But this is just constant. She's back and forth and back and forth. So busy. You would think there's more than one, but it's one. I've watched her. And that's where she's building it. Right out where the healers sleep out here. And then there's this thing Gary built for the Yorkies that go out with roll bars because we'll get coyotes right here. So they've got a little area that they can step out that's got roll bars. We don't need roll bars for the healers. The coyotes have to be careful of those healers. But that's where she's building them. Yeah, we had that one on our kitchen window too, and she nested for 2 years. And then the 3rd year, she took it apart. Let me see if I can get back to my camera, because my camera's like, yeah, she's going to have this thing done for sure within the next hour or two, the way she's going. And it's just been a constant thing back and forth. Come on, zoom in. There we go. And here I'm trying to work on a thumbnail for this video I was putting up, and I was so distracted for the past hour watching her. But she chased off another hummingbird that was there. Yeah, the coyotes are really bad. Don't get me going. So we have there's a lot of coyotes. I'm not sure what state you're in, and if you are in California, but there are so many coyotes out here now. That's why everywhere the Yorkies go, because they're so small, we have to put roll bars. I've had them right out here, right out the door. Oops, let's see, she's back. See, her mouth is full. Let me go back to the camera so you can see better. See, she's collecting cobwebs and I guess down that maybe birds have dropped, and lint. Anything soft and fuzzy. She's even got green mesh in there, which is probably off of shade cloth and stuff that falls apart. Yesterday, a mockingbird was here, and it was pulling on threads from the dog blankets. Indiana, oh, they're everywhere, the coyotes. Yeah, we're here in California, Southern California, and they are so bad. They have kind of left the hills and they're going into the city. Yes, I sure do love springtime. It's quiet now, but earlier the birds were singing and singing. You've got them in your local park. We've got them in our parks here too. And then you've got skunks that are moving into some of the schools. I find that fascinating. My daughter said you go and you use the, what do you call it? The track. At night, sometimes she'll take the kids there to jog around the track. And she said, there's skunks all over. I said, leave them alone. They figured out that it's a safe place for them to be, and they burrow underneath the building. They've asked Gary and I about that too. We said, leave them alone. They're not bothering anybody. Skunks won't bother anybody. And they just figured out that the school is a safe place because the coyotes, if they get into the school, then they'll go after the coyotes. So the skunks have moved there. And you've got the raccoons that have moved down into the city of LA. So you've got raccoons running all over LA. My brother had them on his porch the other day. They left a bag of potato chips on their porch. And they can smell, they got a good nose. So they came and got the potato chips. Yeah, she has just been working on that and working on that. It's amazing. So fast. Here she is. She's got stuff in her mouth. Raccoons may kill a dog or cat. That's true because some of them can get to about 40 pounds. But generally, if the dogs and cat, of course, leave them alone, they don't hunt them, where coyotes will hunt them. We don't have as many raccoons here anymore because the coyotes have wiped out the raccoons. They've wiped out a lot of the roadrunners. There used to be badgers here. There's no more badgers. We do have some skunks. Okay, why are you not focusing? There we go. But at least we have the birds. The birds can get up. We've got a lot of birds. Let's see, what did we see? I saw an oriole the other day. First one. You had to rescue your cat and sister to rescue a dog. Oh, a dog. From a coyote or a raccoon? Gary rescued a dog once. On New Year's Eve, he rescued a dog and he took it from a pack of coyotes. He doesn't like talking about it. Oh, that was a raccoon. Wow. This was coyotes. We heard the dog scream. It was like, 10 o'clock at night. And I looked right away and counted and it said, everybody's here. and we realized it was down in the gully. And boy, Gary went down the hill and he slid down the hill. He came back with a dog. They were both bloody, him and the dog. And we cleaned up the dog. We found out who owned it, and they came and picked it up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And Gary didn't want to go to the doctor because he said, I'm cleaning myself up. I'm fine. And he said, I'm not going to start with rabies shots and stuff. So that's why it was quite a few years ago already. Hi from Massachusetts. Okay, where is she? I hear her. I don't know why it keeps going out of focus. It's probably the way there she is. She's back. Yeah, he had a good heart. But he said he's not going to the doctor. So I've got a tetanus shot. That's good enough. Which is actually something I just went and had last week. I thought, you know what? I work in the garden. It's been 12 years. I better get a tetanus shot. So I ran and got a tetanus shot. But he said, yeah, he's got a tetanus shot. That's good enough. He cleaned himself up. He was fine. Everybody lived. The dog, I heard, had to go to the vet, they told us. But they cleaned up the dog. Dog had a lot of stitches and everything was okay. I have a lot of ideas on planting in pots. I'm hoping to get, my mind is always working, and my mind works faster than I can do. So that is do videos, but I'm trying to get as many as I can. It's the questions. It's so hard. I mean, I know there's so many people think I'm ignoring people, and I'm not. Literally, I'll go on and there's like 200 oh, come on, don't go out of focus. 200 statements or questions, and I try to get to everybody, and what I end up doing is I go to an old video, I start from the bottom, I work my way up, and then they disappear, and then you have to go back and look for all the questions again. I just put up a video on paper cups. You're going to have to check that out. I'm telling you, that works so good. And I've got another video I should put together, similar, except planting in the ground the same, very similar, the same way. Look at that. They will do that. The peppers will do that. I took a tomato, which I thought was no good, a midnight snack, and I squeezed it. Sorry about the cat. Yeah. I squeezed it, and I ended up with a whole bunch of midnight snacks. So now I'm separating them. Gary said I'll put them in his garden. She's back. Let me see if I can show this on here. See what she's doing? And the other thing I believe they do is she'll go drink, and she probably put some nectar on it because it's sticky. See, look at that. There was nothing on there 2 hours ago. And that is going on right there. And then this thing I picked up at a thrift store, hung that last year, and we had wren's nest in there. It's that plastic thing. I think they sold it on TV. Picked it up for a couple dollars. Gary said, what are you going to do with it? I said, I'll just strap it there. They did. They nested and raised wrens. But just wanted to kind of touch base. I know my battery's going to conk out any minute. Let me see if I can go back to the camera because it's so hard to see there. If I could get Gary to shine a flashlight. No, she probably wouldn't want a flashlight on her. See my battery? Oh, that's my battery on my camera's going low. But that's what it is. It's a hanger, and it's a hummingbird. So she's nesting. She's making a nest, a hummingbird nest on a hummingbird head. Isn't that cute? Oh, she's back. Oh, wait, let me leave. And she's weaving that stuff. Let me see if I can get closer. She's picking up cobwebs and she's weaving it into the nest that she's building. That's what she's doing. She's collecting spider webs. She's been collecting it. Isn't it lovely? It's all got a lot of spider webs up there. She's been pulling those down all morning. Well, I shouldn't say all morning. She started a couple hours ago. And she's been going in, come on, focus. She's been going into the bushes and pulling out spider webs. They'll also eat bugs if they find the spider webs in there. They have to be so intelligent. They are intelligent. They have to be. Because they're so small, and it would be really difficult for them to live at this size if they weren't smart. They have no sense of smell. I think that's interesting. Somebody asked me the other day, and I thought I knew that. You can leave your spider webs alone unless they're big spiders, and then some of your big ones, well, we don't want to get into that. They can cause harm. But I don't think we have spiders here that's going to cause any problems for hummingbirds. Now, she has a lot of stuff hanging off the bottom. And I saw her earlier grab it and pull it. So she'll probably pull some of it that she has kind of lost. It's kind of hanging by the spider webs. Let's see if I can go down on my camera again. Where's my camera? Oh, she left already, I think. Yeah, she just left. This has been like constant back, forth, back, forth. And I have noticed that a lot of them are having a little bit of a hard time with the cold we've had. They're all fluffed up, and at least it's starting to get warmer. I think we should not be getting in the 30s at all anymore. I don't think. And I think we're staying about 50 degrees at night, 48, 50, so that's good. And as I was saying, the Oreo, I saw one the other day, a male, hooded, I believe, and that one showed up. We should have the grosbeak showing up soon. And she's back again, see? And they'll be showing up. They're real pretty birds. The Amazons have been flying all over. I missed that. It came up, you know, some of these statements, the things you're writing come up and they flash and then they shut down real quick. So you all can read it, but I can't because on the tablet it flashes and then it disappears. But look at that. Is she there? No, she took off again. But that's where she's going to build a nest. And apparently that's where she's going to raise some babies. We had another one that raised it on the other side of the house on a cable line going into the house. But she's going to raise it there. And probably have to go fill those feeders again. I haven't seen that many butterflies. I think the butterflies are done going through here. Wow, that's a loud plane. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can get it any lighter. I don't think so. See if I can move a little bit. Get it. And that's about the best I can do. And I don't want to put my finger in front of the camera. Anyway. And that's what she's doing. She's building her nest. Now, once they build it, she'll lay the eggs right away. She'll lay it within a couple days, and then they'll hatch really, really quick, too. We don't mind the skunks here either, as long as, like, you're correct. If they don't get in the chicken coops, they really don't cause, you know, any harm, usually. Let me see if I can hold this still a little bit better. Usually to the garden. They tend to eat snails and grubs that you don't really want. Maybe Gary wants it breaking down wood chips, but they'll dig holes and they'll eat grubs. They may get fruit and stuff or vegetables, but they really do like their snails and their slugs and all that. Let's see, she's back. Let me see if I can come back down to the camera. Look at that. So I don't mind the skunks. We don't have that many. I think we've got one living in the yard, at least in my yard. I haven't seen any roadrunners for a long time. I'd like to see that. Oh, that's lovely. I just had a bee fly in the house. Hopefully it finds its way out. I was so scared of bees when I was a kid. Anything else I wasn't, but bees. I got stung, I think, last year for the first time. Look at that. Now, let's see. Oh, don't, come on. There we go. Because she should be back any minute. Yeah, I think she'll have that nest completed and done probably, if not by tonight, by tomorrow morning. And she'll probably have eggs in there by, I'm going to bet you by Tuesday or Wednesday she'll have eggs. we've had a few bees here in the winter, but we've had such a cold winter, there's been less bees. So now the bees are showing up. They're in my water fountain. They don't bother me. I'm not afraid of bees like I used to be. I used to run, and now I'm not. I've been stung. You would think that my husband would care. He was there. And he said, "Are you okay?" And I thought, wow, he really cares. And I looked at my hand and I said, "Can you get the stinger out?" And he pulled it out and he stood there staring at me. And I said, I'm okay. I've never been stung. My kids have been stung. And do you think he cared? Oh, he was jumping up and down and excited. He said, now he can get a beehive soon because now he knows I'm not allergic. Oh, roadrunners in Palm Desert. Yes, they are so beautiful. We used to have them here and they would hang out on my deck. But I believe they do nest on the ground. And so I believe the coyotes got a lot of those, as well as we had a lot of valley quail. See, Ashley, same thing with the bees. I was always scared. I'd run and scream, and I was really bad. Now I go out there and I water and fill up the fountains, and the bees fly around me and they don't bother me. You know, Gary gets stung a lot to this day. I don't know. He thinks it's his phone. He carries a little teeny old flip phone. And he said, I called him one day. I wasn't home. And he got stung 7 times. So he thinks that the phone vibrated or did something odd, and then he got stung. Coyotes, 120 pounds. Okay, I don't think ours are that big. But there are some really, really big ones. Spray, I'm not, you know what though? I'm not going to spray a skunk's tail. You know what's really funny? I had a pet skunk. I had a pet skunk back in the 70s for many, many years. Somebody called me and said they had a skunk and they wanted to give it to me. Oh, I would take in anything. So I ran and picked it up. I asked them if it was descended and they said they didn't know. That was lovely. She was. I had her for years. And then I gave her away to somebody. He worked in the movie business with a lot of animals, a really nice guy. And I gave it to him. He had her for years. I haven't got bit by her. People said, oh, you're going to die. Skunks carry rabies. No, that's an old wives' tale. They don't carry them, but they thought they did. Oh, they breed with wolves. So is that why they get so big there? Yeah, she hasn't come back for a while. So either she doesn't have any more that she can find, or she's hunting, because she was just going back and forth and back and forth. It's so quiet. An hour ago, the birds were just, yes, that's interesting. And birds were singing and singing so loud. Yeah, maybe that's it. My battery's telling me it's low, but I'll try to get a video up when she's done, or keep tabs on how she's going to do this or what she's going to do. All is quiet. Maybe she went to eat. Maybe my feeders are empty. Oh my gosh, are they emptying those feeders out lately? They must have a lot of babies. I fill them and they're empty. I think I saw her somewhere. Where'd she go? You know what? Dog hair. You're absolutely correct. They will be collecting dog hair. I will give the progress report on this, because this was something I didn't expect until a few hours ago. I guess like now it's maybe 2 hours ago, maybe 3. Okay, so she's taking a break. That's actually a long break for her. From Newfoundland. Wow, that's far. Okay, she's back. Let me see if I can get back to the camera so we can see more what she's doing, if I can find my camera. And there she is. Oh, this is going to be a real mess out there, isn't it? When she has babies, you'll have to duck when you go outside. I have never been stung by a wasp. Oh, and off she goes. She went. So actually, she's looking And where'd she go? She went looking for spider webs. I saw her duck down a different way. And rosemary. Is that where you got? Okay, I might be mixing you up. Is that where you got stung? Honeybees. Honeybees. Yeah, like I said, Gary gets stung he gets stung here and there while he's working. He still wants to have a beehive one day. I hear a bird out there. Probably a mockingbird. Now I hear my healers. So she's slowing down. She's probably looking for food too. No hummingbirds in Texas yet? Pretty soon, I would think. Or they're all stuck here. No. Move on, move on. I'm going to run out of sugar. I actually have to go buy some now. I think I'm down to 6 bags. There she is. She's back again. Let's see if I can go back to the camera, because you can see better with the camera because it's so dark there. Yep, and off she goes. Yeah, I'm not going to keep you all because this is going to be an all-day thing, but I just can't believe how far she's gotten. Some people will take them for free, the bees, and sometimes you've got to pay big money. We had bees once removed many, many years ago. Then Gary decided he doesn't want to remove them. He'll move them himself if he has to. I don't know what he does. She's back. I think she's back. Yep, she's back. Let me see. You can't see. It's so dark. Okay, where's my camera? Now I lost my camera. Oh, there it is. You know what? You're right. I haven't seen any yellow jackets or wasp yet. Notice I say yet, and off she goes. Not yet. I think we've got a lot of different things that haven't come yet because it's been so cold. Gary keeps telling me that the white-crowned sparrows are moving and leaving in the spring. Yeah, well, tell the hundreds that are still here. Let's see, the house finches are starting to nest. I've noticed they're looking around for nests. The mockingbirds are collecting. And she's back again. The mockingbirds have been collecting stuff, so they're building. The Oreos just showed up. Come on, focus back in. The Oreos just showed up, so they're going to be here nesting soon. And then they're going to compete with the hummingbirds because they're going to want to eat out of the feeders. Now, that's where I can end up with a problem because I'm going to end up putting out for the Orioles as well, but the bees can feed from it too. So they're using the blossoms. They really depend a lot on the sugar water too, the Orioles here. So I will figure out what I'm going to do with that. You can buy the feeders. I have one feeder. Let me back up. One feeder that the Orioles can feed on where they sit on the stand and then it kind of lowers. So then it opens up the hole and they can feed out of it. That keeps the bees from feeding on it. Okay, she's got a mouthful this time. Or I make big holes, grip my teeth, and then I have to be careful bringing the feeders in. You have to open the feeders outside because sometimes there's bees in there. I'll figure out what I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. Gary?
Yes?
We're live. I don't know if I can hand you my tablet out the door and if you could slowly bring it up and see the nest up close. You would have to go that way and not through this gate.
The other way? Okay.
Yeah, but be careful because it's not strapped in real well. And I don't want to drop this tablet because I'm not buying another one. Let's see if we can, let me see if I can go back over here. There she is. She's still working. No, only white sugar. I know people scream and go, no, you can't give them white sugar. Here's the problem. That's the only thing that their little bodies can break down and use. They can't use brown sugar. They can't use honey. Honey actually has sometimes a bacteria in it that can kill them. Here, I'm going to hand you this. Don't tip it, because if you tip it, it slides out. You got it?
Yep.
Gary's got it now. And you'll
Now, you think that's well built? This is half of it.
It's only half?
It's only half, yeah.
If you can use your fingers and unzoom it.
I don't
You
know
don't
how to do that.
Okay, here, let me, don't drop it.
Unzoom it.
You can unzoom it. Let's see. I think I'm zoomed in. Now you can go as close as you want.
Okay.
Just don't tip it, because the way the tablet hangs in there. But
So that's that side. It's half built.
so she's only half built, but she's only been working now for what, less than 3 hours?
Less than 3 hours. And the other side, I don't know if I can see it or not, you wouldn't even know there was a nest there.
So you can't see it from the
No.
from the other side.
There's a little bit of cobwebs, but not much at all. So she's working on one side right now.
I did not know she was going to build it that quick. I would have let you set up your camera. I would not let you. I would have told you go ahead.
I don't know if that's focus good enough.
Yeah, be careful tipping it sideways. It doesn't grip it as good.
And it's kind of on the neck or the nape she's building the nest. So she's working on this side right now. And I guess once she's finished there, that'll give her a framework to go around on the other side.
She's zipping around. I see her. She's like, hey, get away. I'm
Yeah,
working.
so there's the side that she's working on. And
oh my God. You're like 6 inches from her,
I'm
and she
si-
doesn't care.
She doesn't care. So,
Okay, she knows we're feeding her.
yeah, and who knows? It could be the one that's been here for a couple of years, or it could be one of her daughters. Now, they grew up around us.
She's buzzing around your head. Is that cool? I still have this camera on too now. Oh, well. Okay, you guys got a treat, because Gary's on the other side. We had to put up a gate. Let me see if what I did was I had to put up this gate because I don't want the Yorkies to go outside. So he put up a gate here this morning, or I should say a couple hours ago now. And then the healers are locked in down below. Is that cool? So you got to see up close. Look at that. So I guess it's taking her a little longer to come back, because she's really looking for a lot of stuff. And you don't know what she's looking for, too. Let me clear my throat. I'm dry from talking.
Do you want a glass of water?
Well, I'm okay. I'll get water in a minute. Yeah, you don't know what she's looking for right now as far as this part of the nest. It could be different stuff. I would imagine she's looking for sticky stuff sometimes so she can glue it. And what?
Some of it is the plastic from shade cloth.
I mentioned that earlier. She finds bits and pieces of shade cloth. Some people said hair, and they're absolutely right. Dog hair, any type of hair like that, even small down from birds that have lost fuzzy down. A lot of it is cobwebs. I wonder if she'll use the fuzz from thistle. There's a lot of that floating around. I've seen them collecting that. I thought they were eating them, but maybe she was using that from the sow thistle.
She might be lining the nest with it, or she might be incorporating it with the cobwebs.
Oops.
And spider webs.
Okay, I had a whole bunch of comments flash at one time, and then they disappeared. So I'm going to have to go back afterwards. Well, the cobwebs are sticky. She's been collecting cobwebs from up on top here, because there's cobwebs up there. She's been doing that. But a lot in the bushes I've seen her. I don't know where she is right now. That was good. I got to go back and watch this, because you got right up there when she came, and literally you had this thing stuck in her face and she didn't even care. It's like, oh, well, let me put something in my face. I don't care, as long as they don't touch my nest. Look at that. I got to get back to work. I want to look at my deck and figure out what I'm going to do with that deck. I want to start planting zucchini. My mint is coming up good. It's finally started. It keeps going in and out. See, sometimes it takes her longer to come back, and sometimes she comes right back. It depends on what she's collecting. And I saw her earlier fight one hummingbird off. But this is a good place. She'll be out of rain if it rains. And I do that too. I've got some feeders that's really good. I take the yellow flowers off and I do the same thing. And that makes the holes bigger, and then the orioles can feed from it. Another thing I'm probably going to do this year with some of the cheaper feeders, or I pick up those feeders from Walmart, is I'm going to use my soldering iron. I'm going to make some of those holes bigger because the orioles like to sit and those have a good stand. And if their bees start to get on my nerves, I'll take some duct tape and cover up the hole. That's what I figured I'll do. But usually the bees aren't too bad. And then if you really get a lot of bees, then you'll have to take the hummingbird feeder off at night. Do not open it in the house. Take it from someone that knows only too well, that's done it more than once. Wash the feeder out and then find another place to hang it for a few days, because the bees have a good memory and they come back the next day and then they're looking for the feeder. After a couple days, then they don't come back. Woodpeckers drink? I haven't seen that. We've got woodpeckers. Interesting. I've had a butterfly once feed. One time, a butterfly would come constantly all day and feed from it. Then I went and bought a butterfly feeder, and they never fed from that. So I don't know. But from a hummingbird feeder, I had a butterfly. I think she's taken a break, and I've been on for 36 minutes with my battery telling me it's almost dead. Well, look at that. Well, maybe I'll come back when she's almost done, or I can come back even when she is done and give an update on it too. Do it that way. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody before my battery cuts out and I don't even get to say goodbye. Thank you so much from Florida. Dragonflies. Oh, on moonflowers. Gary's you got baby dragonflies in your pond still?
Yeah, I've still got some in the basket. The fish can't get in there.
Oh, that's right. You're protecting those. Everybody's saying thank you, thank you. I'll come back and do an update on this if all goes well and she continues to do this and everything's okay. There you've got Homestead Paradise saying bye to you too, Gary.
Okay, bye.
Okay, well, bye everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's shaking. It's just hard to hold this still with one hand. And there's the mockingbird. Wait a minute. This might be fun. That's that blanket you need to throw away on the ground that the healers tore up. And you know what he's doing? Look at this. He's been doing, taking bits and pieces of the blanket that's falling apart. See? Do you see it in his mouth, Gary?
Yeah, I can see it. Just kind of working it over.
He's working it over, and he's going to take the part of the blanket he wants. You never got around to trashing it, so he's been going and collecting it for his nest. See? He's going to go back to I saw him fighting with it yesterday and pulling. It looked like a full tug of war.
Maybe it didn't like that piece. It's going to select another.
Look at that. And the healers drag it around, tear it up, and that mockingbird is going to pick the pieces. And is the hummingbird back? No, she's not back. I think she came and left. Yeah, he's been picking at the blanket. I saw him yesterday. I say he. I don't know if it's he or she. See? He's going to pull it and pull it. Is that funny? Yesterday, this bird did that and pulled and got a mouthful. And it was so excited and left with a mouthful. Wants that blanket. Look at that. He wants the string. He's trying to pull string out. Yep, and off he goes. And the hummingbird has not come back yet. It did and left. All right, now I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great day. And don't forget to eat what you grow, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.